Gear Patrol calls their new dive watch the best sub-$500 dive watch. Full stop. Men's Health rated them as the most stylish solar watch in the game. Who are we talking about? It's Movement. They're leveling up your gift giving with the sleekest watches you can buy and the biggest deals of the season. From their innovative ceramic materials to sexy automatic divers, from ultra-thin dress watches to solar-powered statement pieces, and everything in between, Movement is making sure you're the good gifter this year, for your family, your friends, or for yourself. And now you can take advantage of 30 to 50% off Movement's California clean watches, jewelry, and accessories to get them a gift they'll never forget. With fast, free shipping and returns and amazing bang for your buck, Movement makes for a relaxed shopping experience. And with one-size-fits-all watches, it's an easy, elegant gifting experience too. Shop 30 to 50% off now at mvmt.com. That's mvmt.com.
Running clubs are popping up across the U.S. in places they've never been before. Experts say membership in these groups skyrocketed during the years-long COVID-19 pandemic, and today are still continuing their rise in popularity. After all, there are multiple benefits to joining, and running can be for anyone.
What we found is even post-pandemic, there is a need and a desire for groups of individuals and women to get together to run in a community. And for many of our even younger members, this may be, if they're working remote, this is a great way for them to get out and socialize. And if they're new to the city, meet new people and have fun.
That's Beth McHugh, a member of the 261 New England Club. It's part of 261 Fearless Incorporated, a global nonprofit whose mission is to empower women through running. It was started by Catherine Switzer, the first woman to register for and run in the Boston Marathon back in 1967. McHugh says she loves the social aspect of running with others as opposed to running alone.
We are a non-competitive, non-judgmental group, but we are women only and those that identify as women. And we just meet to get together, to help each other out, to support each other. And it's been a great opportunity and a great place to get to meet other women, like-minded women who like to get out there and move.
Some clubs might have a specific focus, such as running for overall health and enjoyment of meeting new people in the community. Others might advocate for a specific social issue.
For example, the oldest women's run club is called Liberty Run Group. So they're another women's run group in the Boston area. There's another group called Pioneers, which is focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion. There's an offshoot of Trailblazers, Pioneers called Trailblazers, which focuses on women's running and inclusivity and safety. So there are a lot of great organizations out there.
And running clubs appeal to a wide section of people. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, young or old, or fast or slow. The idea behind the group is to come together and support each other. Billy Heatherly is a fitness enthusiast who runs with the Fleet Feet Club in Asheville, North Carolina. He says you don't have to be a speedy runner in order to join a club.
One of the things that we try to do with our running club is have a zero intimidation factor. So being part of a community where you're not judged on the pace or any other aspects, it's really cool. We have all different paces. We have anywhere from walking to walk runners to runners, and some people that go a little bit faster. We have a designated running coach that will be at each event or each meetup, and from that, we'll register you, get you involved, and put you on our group meet. So there's a communication channel outside of the meetup where people can talk and communicate with future events.
In addition to the health and social benefits running clubs have to offer, the sport is relatively inexpensive. Aside from paying for a good pair of running shoes and comfortable clothing, the cost of most running club memberships is either minimal or free.
It's a free running community group here, but we do offer training programs for the bigger races in the area. So it's a good thing to come in, get associated with the running community in the area. And if you want to take it to the next level and have a training program for upcoming race, we do offer those.
Safety is another benefit of running with a group as opposed to running alone. Heatherly says that may be the reason the gender mix ratio is anywhere from 60 to 40 or 70 to 30% women to men in clubs around the country.
especially for many, it's not safe to run alone, and especially for women. And for many people of color, it's not safe to run alone. So it's really good to know that you can actually find an existing group to kind of run with, because that will actually help you make sure that you're running safely, you know the routes, you're actually with other people. So that's a really great opportunity too.
And if you're traveling to a new city, running clubs offer a great way to meet locals and see a hidden part of the landscape that a regular tourist might never see.
You can go online and find a lot of these organizations and join them. It's a great way to get outside of your comfort zone and get to see a place you're visiting and get to meet some great people. Social media, there's a lot through Instagram, Facebook. There are some other kind of social apps. Strava is another kind of network of athletes that you can look at, but they're all over. I think if you just even Google run groups in whatever destination you're in, you'll find links to some, and you can find out, when they meet, what day of the week, and sometimes they'll tell you what their pace is. A lot of the groups now have a kind of no person left behind policy, which is great, which means that even if you're slow and steady, you'll still be welcome and you'll still be cheered along as you cross the finish.
McHugh says being part of a running club has encouraged her to get out of her comfort zone and become more outgoing. She's now a running coach, helping newcomers feel comfortable both in the club and in their running shoes.
I was able to share my love of running with other women and help them along on their journey. I think it's really sometimes overwhelming and intimidating for many to say, I'm not a runner. And I think it's great. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's really just one step at a time, and where you can come together. And it's so rewarding and enriching to actually see some of these women go from walking to their first 5K or even their first 10K, and really helping to see the joy and the feeling of accomplishment that they have in crossing that finish line has been really, for me, the best part of being involved.
And you can join a running club at any age. It doesn't matter if you're 16 or 65.
We have women in their 70s and we have women in their 20s. So it really runs the gamut. And some of the women in their 70s are a lot faster than the women in their 20s. And it's been great to see them. In fact, we had an event a few weeks back, and one of our women at the very end just kicked it across the finish line, where she left a much younger woman in the dust. And that was really kind of fun to see that she still has a little bit of a competitive fierceness to her, even as she's well into retirement.
Most clubs also hold their runs rain or shine, so Heatherly says to come prepared for the weather and a possible shift in the terrain.
It's all year round. The weather doesn't tell you if you should work out or not. It just tells you what to wear. So
if you're interested in joining a running club, do a search online by typing "running clubs in my area" into your browser. Whether you live in Fargo, North Dakota, or across the country in Fairfax, Virginia, you'll likely find several options to choose from. If not, you can always start a new club in your own community. For information on how to start a running club, you can contact Road Runners Club of America at rrca.org. To find out more about this topic, visit viewpointsradio.org. For more behind the scenes and to support our show, search Viewpoints Radio on Instagram, X, and Facebook. This segment was written and produced by Polly Hansen. Our executive producer is Amira Zaveri. Our studio manager is Jason Dickey. I'm Gary Price. This segment is brought to you by Capital One. With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A., member FDIC. Coming up on Viewpoints.
Alcohol, yeast dough, if you're making cookies with your kids and you got a chow hound, don't let them eat the raw dough.
We cover some of the definite no-nos for pets. Then,
I have a list of 45 ingredients, and 41 of those were functionally extinct.
Did the fruits and vegetables of our ancestors actually taste better? These food historians have no doubt. I'm Marty Peterson.
and I'm Gary Price. These stories in depth on your public affairs magazine, Viewpoints.
And that's Viewpoints for this week. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to learn more about upcoming shows and find a library of past programs on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. Plus, you'll always find previous segments and more information about our guests at viewpointsradio.org. Join us again next week for another edition of Viewpoints.
The United States Border Patrol has exciting and rewarding career opportunities with the nation's largest law enforcement organization. Earn great pay, outstanding federal benefits, and up to $20,000 in recruitment incentives. Learn more online at cbp.gov/career/USBP